Hey, what's up? It's SiloSage. I'm here in SiloSpace Studios. It's November 30th, 2022. Just sitting here relaxing, watching some podcasts. Just finished painting a bit. As you can see, I got this killer whale in the back that I'm adding to my underwater painting right there. Kind of like a Shamu type of energy, you know. Shout out to my sis, my little sea star. You know what it is, that spiritual Shamu, that under the sea energy of protection. Yeah, just been, enjoying life, soaking it in, taking it day by day, crossing off my checklist of things that I want to finish or get done before 2023. I just wanted to spread some peace, spread some love, some energy. Shouts out to the person that just hit me up on Discord saying that they found this YouTube page. I couldn't see the actual name of who that was. I just saw the profile picture. But yeah, tap in. Respect to you for finding this page. It means a lot. I do this for us. It's for me, it's for you, it's for we, you know what I mean? For the earth, for humans, just trying to be more open, not hide things in my life. One thing I was thinking of doing is maybe hosting a type of meditation. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely stay tuned. I think it'll be more of like a gratitude meditation, just acknowledging everything that we're thankful for this year. The fact that we're alive right now to experience this. We're still here, we're still growing, still moving, still swimming through this life. We have a chance to evolve. We have a chance to grow. We have a chance to reach higher levels, and yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the fact that I have a studio here to even be able to paint, the fact that I have a paintbrush, that I have a canvas, that I have means of expressing myself, the fact that I have this camera, to even record what I'm thinking, that I have Wi-Fi to upload it to the world, to, the internet, where we're all connected. Shouts out to the internet, this shit could be gone in a day, a solar flare or, anything. It's just cool to be able to have people see and hear my thoughts, whereas normally this would be very local. Maybe it would be written in a journal, or, put on wax, my recordings, CD for someone to find in the future. But it's really cool to be able to share in real time and get that feedback in real time as well. So just take a moment or two to think of a few things that you're thankful for, the people that you're thankful for, the opportunities that you've had in this past week, this past month, this past year. Coming from last year, how much things are changing, anything you feel uncomfortable about as well as happy about, take mental note of that, and just see how you feel, you know what I mean? It's really all about taking that chance to let the water settle, to let the emotions really become clear, acknowledging what you feel, acknowledging the thoughts that you have without feeding into them too passionately. Just let it sit, let it be, feel what you feel. For me, meditation is not so much like a set in stone thing. I love guided meditations and whatnot, but for me it's really just like the natural places my mind wants to wander to, and letting it do that wandering, letting it do that swimming, and then just sitting with where I end up, seeing how I feel when I get there. Can we just take a deep breath in, hold it, and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, preferably through your nose. Hold it. And a deep breath out. I'm breathing out through my mouth right now. Deep breath in. hold it. And deep breath out. And just see how you feel. You know, I'm going to close my eyes for a bit. You can do the same if you want to, if you feel comfortable doing so. Just sitting with my feelings, sitting with my thoughts, you know, sitting with everything that I experience, that I hear, that I feel. You know, I can feel the chair underneath me right now. I can feel my toes touching the ground. I can feel my hands holding each other. You know, I can feel the temperature of like the little clamminess of my hands when they hold each other. Yeah, just, you know, feeling all of that. Hearing the sounds outside even this room. You know, I heard a few sirens a minute ago, or whatever you call them, you know. Sounds are sounds, you know, we really make up what we think they are. Same with vision, right? Like, we see so many things and we assume that's what it is because we saw it as that. But, you know, we're really putting our concepts of what things are on top of what we're actually seeing. You know, all we really see is little vibrations, changes in light. And it's, you know, our interpretations of that end up being positive, negative, or, you know, we interpret it, how we interpret it. And culture, you know, plays a big role on interpretation. You know, we might all read something as negative that might not really be negative. You know, it might just be a cultural programming. You know, almost like augmented reality is laid on top of reality. We're already in AR, and the fact that, you know, the whole world that we experience is really just our layout on top of reality, our interpretation that we put on top of reality. And, you know, that it's such a thin veil between our concepts in our mind and what we think reality is, that I think, you know, it's really easy for me personally to, you know, take this for reality. What's real? You know, this entire world, everything in it, all the people I've met, felt, you know, experienced, that's really all been inside my mind, you know. They talk about the dome, you know, like flat earth or whatever, the firmament, you know, and I think the firmament is real because the firmament, the dome, this is the dome, you know, the whole world is really within our mind. And it's these sense organs that really interpret, you know, vibration, sound waves, which is vibration as well. It's really all just vibration and how we read it. So yeah, I didn't mean to go off on a rant, but I just, you know, that's what I think about sometimes. It's just remind myself that these sounds, these sights, they may not be what we think they are, you know. Go back to that blank state, that blank slate, and let, you know, the felt presence of direct experience, you know, flow through you, hit you. Try to interpret in a new way, you know. You might see an animal, say it's an elephant off the top because you see certain ears. But, you know, once you got that overview, it might be something totally different. You know, maybe it's a building that is shaped like an elephant from the side. But once you get that overview, you realize, you know, it's a mirage, it's an illusion. You know, there's that old quote that, you know, once you realize that the snake is a rope, a snake disappears. You know, it's Maya's like that, you know, to use the old words, or not even old, you know, but the ancient way of describing this. You know, and I got love for this Maya, this world that we interpret, that we've created. But at the same time, you got to take it as that and realize that we might be able to paint something a little better or a little more positive, or, you know, catch ourselves when we're, you know, adding dark hues to our life's painting day by day. You know, it might not seem like much, but if you're adding darker hues to your mind every day, then this whole painting's going to become darker. You know, we got to constantly be adding lighter colors, or, you know, whatever we think we need. Sometimes you need darker colors. Sometimes people are painting things prettier than they actually are. And, you know, the whole world is beautiful, but situations may not be as pretty as people want to brush them off as. Maybe there's some change that needs to be made, you know, and it's up to us to really interpret this life and make that choice of what we think it needs, you know. And it's great to have communication with neighbors, with peers, with people that are on a similar wavelength, on a similar, you know, life mission, because then we can paint together. You know, painting gets finished twice as fast, 3 times as fast when you have an extra set of hands. You know, 2 + 2 is 5, because of, just, you know, the energy behind it, just because of that shared passion, that shared vision. You know, this world was created, and I don't think it was just created once. I think we create it every day with what we add, the paint that we add to the canvas, you know. I didn't see that. Anyways, yeah, just random thoughts, you know, just neurons firing. You know, might be on fire right now. It's just my neurons, you feel me? Shooting every day, pow, 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 hitting targets. But I'm not talking about guns, you know, I'm talking about neurons firing. I'm talking about objectives being completed. You know, I'm talking about positive thugging. I don't know. Hey, shout out to the bass god, by the way. You know, this music in the background, this is called Tears for God. It's a ambient album that, you know, I really enjoy listening to. It really brings me back to a time in my life where I not only believed that a new world was possible, it felt like I was in it, you know, or it felt like we were really walking in it. But, you know, it takes time. You know, you see the vision way before you live in it. So it's a long road ahead of us. You know, we're not stopping. It's not just me, it's we. So how could we ever stop? You know, we're going to keep going. The next gen's going to keep going. You know, next gen after that's going to keep flowing. And the next gen after that's going to be swimming, going to be, you know, thriving, going to be floating. You know, just got to build that world for yourself. And it's not only for ourselves, it's for we self, you know, it's for our future selves, you know. Build a place for the kids, you know, and a place that honors a kid's culture, you know, that honors the idea that we're all creative, that we're all have equal chance of creating something amazing, you know. I don't care if you've been an artist for 10, 20 years, you know, someone who's never picked up a paintbrush in their entire life can create a masterpiece. And it is a masterpiece, you know, it's, if you can master peace within, everything you do is a masterpiece, you feel me? Because you've mastered peace. Not to get on that wordplay, but I just, you know, it's an internal thing, you know. Co-sign yourself, everything you do is perfect. It's perfect because it's improvement, you know. It doesn't mean the next one will be better, but it's, you know, it's the next step. It's better than being stagnant, you know. Even taking steps in the wrong direction, you know, those are lessons learned. You know, as a legend once told me, you know, there's no L's. We don't take L's, as in we don't take losses. We take lessons, you know. That's the only L's we're taking, just lessons and top of lessons. You know, every loss, or what people think of as a loss, is really just a lesson. You know, we're going to keep taking shots. We're going to keep playing fourth quarter, you know, come back when they least expect it, because we never stopped. We never gave up. You feel me? There's people giving up first quarter because things aren't looking good. Whereas things could not look good our entire lives and turn out to be great. You know, so I just want to say for anyone that's like going through it right now, struggling, feeling like this is not worth it, that it is worth it. I know it'll be worth it for you. It'll be worth it for your family. It'll be worth it for your kids. You know, even if you don't have your own kids, it'll be worth it for the group of kids that are gonna look up to you one day. You know, the style of mind that you paved the path forward so that similar minds can just move freely. You know what I mean? The trailblazers out there, the ones that are getting no recognition, feeling like no one's noticing what they're doing on the daily. You know, I rock with you, 100. You know, like to the fullest extent. I support you. I feel you. I know you exist. I don't even need to know your name or see you. I feel you. Like, I know you're here. You know what I mean? Like, we're here, and we know we're here. You know, I feel like God, or whatever you want to call it, spirit, it's more like an NBA team. You know, it's not just one. This is you know, the team is playing the game right now. And sometimes you might be on the bench, sometimes you might be on the court, you know, sometimes you're on the sidelines. It is what it is. But, you know, we're gonna make sure that the overall score is appropriate. You know, we're gonna end in a victory. And, you know, this is still part of the meditation right now. So, see, these are just the flows that be coming out of my mind. But let your mind flow as well. You know, sit in that silence. see what pops in your head. You know, I'm sure it's important, because neurons fire when they're needed to be fired. You know, I feel like those random thoughts that pop in your mind, like, they're not random. You know, there's something behind the firing of neurons. There's a reason why, like, 3 people around the world or more all have the same idea at the same time. You know, it's like, I don't know, whether it's energy, something behind the scenes, hitting that button, like, you know, it's time for Earth to move in this direction. It's time for those, you know, when you're playing like an RPG and you have choices, you know, some of those bottom choices of what you want to say, you only unlock at certain skill levels. You know, I feel like sometimes those are activated, you know, where it's like new pathways have just been opened, and you now have a chance to go a different direction, a chance to open new doors, a chance to, you know, start a new path, a new quest, a new skill line, you know, a skill tree, whatever you call it. Yeah, you know, I'm just really happy to be alive right now. Like, this could be my last day on Earth, and you know what, it's okay. You know, I hope that I got 1,000 years left, or whatever it may be, one day, 1,000 seconds. But, you know, I'm happy with what I'm leaving here. I'm happy with the experiences that I've had, that I've been blessed with as a young, you know, I remember being 12 years old, 13 years old, like, feeling on top of the world, you know, really blessed to be different places, to be connected to people in different states, different countries. You know, the internet is crazy, the way that it accelerated a lot of us, you know, threw us into worlds that we had no idea even existed. And I'm sure that's true to the places around the world as well, who see our daily life, you know, and realize how different it is, or, you know, how different the vibe can be in different places. You know, there's places right now that are sunny, like a beach. There's places that the snow is falling harder than ever. There are mountaintops right now, as I speak, where there are people hiking, you know, going through the wilderness, looking for that little scrap of food. There's people right now, you know, taking care of a baby, like their children, as they travel, as they, you know, migrate. There's someone in the lab right now working on a cure for, you know, diseases. Shouts out to you. You know, there's people right now, as I speak, you know, putting in the work, doing push-ups in the snow, in the heat, you know, becoming better people, you know, better individual. You know, shouts out to all of you. You know, it's just that it's good to be conscious of that. You know, that it's really easy to be narrow-minded, to get stuck in this little tunnel vision of where we are in our lives. But just remember, there's people on every level right now as I speak. You know, you could be at the lowest level, and there's someone right now also at the highest level. And there's also people on the same level as you, going through the same shit as you, the same stuff, experiences. So just know you're not alone. That's, I guess, the main point. You know, you can be alone without being lonely as well. If you are, you know, alone in where you're at, like, I'm alone right now, you know, in a way. Like, I'm working alone in the studio, but I'm not alone, because I know you're with me right now listening. Even if you're listening in the future, right now in the past, I know about you in the future, so I'm with you, and I'll always be with you. And I know right now there's, you know, little microbacteria all around me right now. I got like a force field of little tiny organisms, you know. There's millions around me. I got every cell in my body to hang out with. You know, I got books, you know, so it's not always just human interaction that you need. You know, I got video games that were entire storylines written by people that aren't even here on Earth anymore. And I can go to those places that they wanted to take me. And they might have taken me to those places before I was born, meaning that they designed it, you know, at a past time. And I'm here in the future experiencing it with them in a way, with their spirit, with their energy, with their, you know, their traces and trails they left behind while they were here. They say this life is short, you know, long, short, it's all relative. But, you know, this is what it is, you know, and we don't have to be negative about it. We don't have to be down about it. We can take this wherever we want to take it. So, I don't want to make this too long. Once again, this is just a PsiloVlog. I believe this is number 9. I think I forgot to say the last one was number 8. But, yeah, PsiloVlog number 9. Last day of November. I'm excited for December. I'm excited for the future. You know, whatever may be that's stressing you, just, you know, you'll figure it out. You just got to lock in on, you know, the most important objectives, whether it's monetary, whether it's just like health, you know, whether it's relationships, you know, human interaction, whether it's depression, whether it's, you know, lack of skill for something that you want, to like a job that you want, you know, or a position that you want. Lock in on those skills, you know what I mean? Or if you have those skills and you feel like no one notices, express those skills, you know, enjoy those skills, use those skills so much that it seems like it's just like breathing to you, you know? And once your skills become like breathing to you, people are going to want you around them for their projects because they know you live and breathe those skills. Like, it's not just something that you do for an hour a day to get your paycheck, you know? It's something that you dream about when you're asleep. It's something that you wake up, you know, ready to start on. People like that, I respect you, you know, and I respect all people. So respect, even if you're not like that, don't feel bad. But everyone should have something like that in their life. And if you don't have something like that, you know, maybe you need to do some reflection, because you should be waking up thinking about something that you're excited about, even if you can't get to it most days of the week because you're still caught up in, you know, the day-to-day grind of, you know, that 9-to-5 life, or, you know, the family life. You know, if you don't have a chance to paint, you could still be, you know, before bed envisioning what your paintings would be if you could paint. You know, if you could go to the beach or on vacation, where would you go? What would it look like? You know, think about it vividly. Draw a picture if you can in the mind. You know, this is the original canvas right here. You know, you can create a whole picture in the mind's eye, and we do usually before we bring it here, anyways. So, you know, we work from within. We travel the world within, and I hope one day to travel the world without as well, if there even is a without. You know, like I said, we're in the firmament, in the dome. But yeah, I'm excited for life. Shouts out to everyone that's been working with me this past year, talking with me these past years, believing in me, that want to spread what I do, my energy around, because they think that it should be more seen. You know, I really respect that. I think everything is as it should be. You know, I'm not in a rush to have like numbers and views and all that, you know, but I do, you know, have objectives. I want to be able to do more. I have a lot of ideas that I want to accomplish that seem like they're going to take more monetary power, more influence of, you know, people, but we got people, you know, we are the people. So just remember that anything you want to do, we can easily, you know, do if we come together. You know, I think that it doesn't cost money to build a pyramid. It just takes enough people that really want to build a fucking pyramid, you know, and they'll make it done. They'll work day in, day out to build that, you know, brick by brick, task by task, objective by objective. That's how we do it. So let's take another breath. You know, we'll closing prayer, closing meditation. Do a little stretch, you know. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it. And a deep breath out. This is for the future. Deep breath in. Hold. Deep breath out. That was for the past. Deep breath in. Hold. And a deep breath out. And that's for the present moment. That's for everyone here till the end, you know, with us right now. You know, we're gonna get there. And we're already there, you know, we're already a million just for being, you know, just for existing, just for seeing, just for feeling. And, you know, thank you. Thank you watching this. Thank you existing. Thank you for everything, you know. Shouts out to that breath work, you know, shouts out to that yoga, shout out to, you know, life itself. Keep going.